Good evening, and how's everyone doing today? My name is Luke, aka the Horror Nerd, and welcome back to YouTube's Horror Section to another discussion video finally. So, I wasn't lying when I said that I would try and do more actual horror-themed discussions here on this channel. After that little personal video that I uploaded a few days ago, I decided why not actually make one horror-themed discussion video as well, just for old times, you know, because it's been a while since I've made one of these, so I hope you guys enjoy. But anyways, like I said before, I hope you guys are doing well today. Thank you so very much for stopping by to the channel. It really means a lot that you guys are here. For anyone who did show up, my subscribers, my viewers, I appreciate all of you guys so very much for, you know, helping me build this channel up to what it currently is now. And although I don't have a lot, I always say this, I am thankful for whatever I get, especially here on YouTube. Being a small YouTuber does not bother me at all, you know. I have my channel, I can make my videos, you know, I don't really mind not having like a massive audience. It's fine. I've always been a humble person, so, you know, I take what I can get. But anyways, I'm appreciative towards what I have, and what I have is I'm going to be appreciative towards you guys because I love my subscribers, my community, you know, my friends, my personal friends. I thank you guys so very much. I always be sure to show my appreciation towards you guys for your support and everything else. So yeah, anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's get straight into the topic in today's discussion video. So as you guys probably may or may not know, the Silent Hill series has experienced a bit of a comeback, which is obviously a good thing. I mean, back in 2022, that's when we got the announcement that we would be getting like a bunch of new Silent Hill games and some Silent Hill films as well. We're getting an upcoming Silent Hill film, I believe, either this year or next year. I don't know the exact release date, but we are getting like a lot of Silent Hill stuff either way, and I'm very glad about that. The Silent Hill series, for me, I've always kind of liked Silent Hill more than like the Resident Evil series, because when it comes to me, like, I kind of like the more supernatural horror than the, you know, bioterror that Resident Evil, because that's basically the subject matter of Resident Evil. It's basically just like, you know, biological and you know, bioterror shit. You know, it's like science gone wrong type stuff with Resident Evil. So I've always kind of liked Silent Hill more than Resident Evil because of the supernatural stuff. And I've always kind of like, I've always imagined myself being like in an actual Silent Hill kind of, and like, if you know Silent Hill, then you know that that place has a lot to do with your emotions. If I was to be transported to Silent Hill, it would be like the worst for me, because I have a lot of fucked up shit in my head. So, and I have a lot of like, you know, stuff that I've gone through in my life. So Silent Hill has also always kind of scared me more than Resident Evil as well, because, like, you know, I imagine myself actually being transported to the town of Silent Hill, and, like, you know, imagining what it would be like there. If you've played Silent Hill 2, then you know why I mean it like that, you know? But I'm glad that this franchise is having the comeback that it's having. We're getting Silent Hill F this year, which looks like a great new entry. And that's a big thing, because we have not had an entry in the Silent Hill series for like ever. So, you know, we're getting like a lot of good stuff here. We're getting Silent Hill F coming later this year. We're getting a Silent Hill film coming later. And hopefully we'll get some news on Silent Hill Townfall, which is going to be like a spin-off. I mean, by looking at all of this stuff, you can tell that Konami really wants to bring this franchise back in a big way. You know, they're not taking it slow like Capcom did with Resident Evil, with just like a soft reboot, like with Resident Evil 7. You know, they are taking like the blueprint that Capcom had with the Resident Evil series, because basically how Capcom does it with Resident Evil is they have Resident Evil remakes of the legacy games, and then they have new entries as well to, you know, evolve the franchise while also giving us these remakes of the legacy games, you know, to like reimagine these older games in like a new way. So, you know, that's how Capcom does it with their franchise, you know, with Resident Evil. Konami is basically doing the same thing, it seems like. We had the SH2 remake back in 2024, and now we're getting SHF in 2025, hopefully. So, Konami is copying Capcom's blueprint, but they're doing it in a big way. They're trying to revive this franchise in a big way. We're getting remakes, we're getting new entries, we're getting films, we're getting spin-offs. I mean, I'm happy that this franchise is coming back in such a big way. I'm excited for the future of Silent Hill and what Konami has planned. But as you can tell from, the title of the video, we are going to be talking about a remake, because the next remake I want Konami to work on, it has to be Silent Hill 1 over any of the other games. No Silent Hill 3 and no Silent Hill 4. We need a remake of the very first Silent Hill game, the one that started this whole franchise, the one that gets often overlooked by Silent Hill 2 or maybe even Silent Hill 3. I just feel like not enough Silent Hill fans talk about Silent Hill 1. But Silent Hill 1, bro, Silent Hill 1 needs a remake. Being able to see, Harry Mason again, like we got to see James again in Silent Hill 2, like it's not just about like the story and the gameplay, it's also about these legacy characters and having them back in the modern era, with with the reimagined story and everything. Like, it's important, I think, that Konami also remembers that Silent Hill 1 is the game that started this franchise. I mean, it's kind of bad to disrespect it. I mean, we got a remake of Resident Evil 1. I mean, and you would think that most, developers and, company heads would actually have respect for the first game in their now successful franchise. I mean, I think it would be disrespectful actually to turn your back on it. So I just really hope that we do get a remake of Silent Hill 1, if we even are going to get more remakes. I'm pretty sure Konami is going to do more remakes. I'm more than sure of it, that they're going to do more remakes. But I just hope that they don't screw it up. And if you know about how like Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3 are like, they're more connected to each other. Like Silent Hill 3 is basically like the sequel, the true sequel to Silent Hill 1, while Silent Hill 2 was like a bit of that was more of like a different story that had its own things going for it. Silent Hill 1 and 3 are directly linked, so if they was to do Silent Hill 3 remake before Silent Hill 1, I don't really think that would make a whole lot of sense. And I don't think they should do them both at the same time. I mean, I don't think we've ever had that before. I don't think we've ever had, like, 2 horror game remakes all releasing in the same year in, like, a bundle together. I don't think we've ever had that before. But then again, this is Konami we're talking about. Konami is a very money-hungry company, so they very well might do their best to maximize profits by selling us things that are expensive but also have a greater value. Because if they was to do like Silent Hill 1 and 3 remake like together in like one package, but with the option of buying either one if you can't afford like the bundle, most people probably would buy the bundle, because like, us horror fans, like we get what we'll take what we get, like we'll get it, we'll take what we get, especially if it's something like Silent Hill. So most people probably will buy a bundle if they was to do it like that. If they was to use that format, then people would buy it. I'm more than sure of it that they would. But now some more interesting things to talk about. Bloober Team, the extremely underrated creators of the Silent Hill 2 remake, there is a chance that they might actually be the ones doing a Silent Hill 1 remake themselves, after the Silent Hill 2 remake, which would be really good. The CEO of Bloober Team did express that he and his company would be interested in doing more with the Silent Hill franchise, and funny enough, even making their own Silent Hill game that's not just a remake of one of the originals, which honestly, like, I would not have too much of an issue with, but I I would much rather have them just do a remake of the original games. No offense to Blooper Team, but we kind of already have new Silent Hill games coming from like different devs. You know, we got Silent Hill F coming this year. Hopefully, we've got Silent Hill Townfall, which is hopefully going to be a great spin-off game. I really don't think we need any more new entries at the moment, because a remake of the original Silent Hill would probably be much better for, you know, the franchise. Because think of it like this: new people probably played that Silent Hill 2 remake. People who had no idea what Silent Hill was, or just never had a chance to play like the old games back on like the PS1 and PS2. People played Silent Hill 2 and that was their introduction to the franchise. So if we was to give them more of like the older games and the older stories, but in the form of remakes like they had with Silent Hill 2, that would probably bring some newcomers to the franchise and would in turn have more customers, because new fans are also customers. You know, that's pretty much how it is. You know, you become a fan of a franchise, you're going to be a new customer for the company that makes that franchise. So, you know, I just think it would be better if they was to stick with remakes. You know, let Blooper do the remakes, and Konami can do like the new entries themselves, or they can have like another studio do it. If I was to choose like another studio to make like a new entry in the Silent Hill series, I really want to say the guys who made like The Evil Within, because The Evil Within was really similar in a lot of ways to Silent Hill, just like a more brutal version of Silent Hill, I think you can say. I would love if the guys behind The Evil Within would do a Silent Hill game, especially if it's Tango Gameworks, bro. Tango Gameworks making a Silent Hill game, I think would be spectacular. I would be hyped as fuck for that. But yeah, I mean, nothing really comes to mind at the moment. But off topic, this is off topic now. I really would prefer that Blooper Team was to just do a remake of Silent Hill 1 and then Silent Hill 3 as well. Like, if we was to have like a trilogy, you know, Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 remake trilogy, that would be like the best thing ever for this franchise, because not only would we have 3 remakes of the iconic legacy games, the first 3 games in the Silent Hill franchise, but we would also have the new games to go right along with them. You know, Silent Hill F, Townfall, and as bad as the short message was still, it was alright, you know, just wasn't that good. But still, you know, it doesn't matter, you know. And another thing about Blooper Team is they also do have like these projects that they announced a while back that they are working on. They are in development. And one of those projects is called Project G and Project H. And people are already making the assumption that these are possibly Silent Hill projects, and that's mostly due to the fact that Konami is working with Blooper Team again. We just don't know if they're going to be remakes, because Blooper Team said that they will be interested in doing another remake or making their own game in the Silent Hill series. So I really can't sit here right now and tell you that they are working on more Silent Hill remakes, because they can very well be working on an entirely new Silent Hill game, which I'm not really sure how I feel about right now, because I'm not saying it would disappoint me. I'm saying that I just think it would be better if they just stick to remakes, because listen, I love Blooper Team, all right? I've been a fan of Blooper Team since before they made the Silent Hill 2 remake. All you guys like Blooper Team now because of Silent Hill 2. I liked Blooper Team long before because of their older games like Layers of Fear 1 and 2, which are some of my favorite psychological horror games, as well as Observer, which I myself described as a thrilling and terrifying complete mindfuck, because that's what Observer was. That game was a psychological horror mindfuck. If you've played that game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That office segment in Observer, bro, if you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. And if you don't, then you should know, and you should play Observer if you actually do enjoy psychological horror games. Blooper Team is underrated. I think Blooper Team is a fantastic developer. They always have been. They may have not been the best in the business, but they were always good. But I will admit, I don't think Blooper Team will be able to make like a Silent Hill game of their own that will be liked by most people. Most people would probably not like it, because every single time Bloober Team tried making their own games, people always hated on it. I'm not saying their games were perfect. I'm not saying that, like, they were some of the best horror games ever made, but people hated on Bloober Team way too much. People hated on the Medium way too much. They hated on Layers of Fear especially way too much. Bloober Team is underrated, but I'm not saying that that means that they'll make like a great Silent Hill game because they're underrated. They're underrated because people hated on them too much. Bloober Team is an average developer. They make average games. Their games are average. So that's why I don't think they should do a Silent Hill game of their own. I think they should just stick to doing remakes because I think that's what they're good at. I think they were, they had just enough talent to make like a really good reimagined version of Silent Hill 2. And because Bloober Team are fans of the Silent Hill franchise, I think they would make a really good Silent Hill 1 remake and hopefully Silent Hill 3 as well. If this Project G and Project H actually are, or if it is remakes, because we don't know. That's the thing. Yes, Konami is working with Bloober Team again. That has already been confirmed. They are working with Bloober Team on an unannounced Konami IP. So it's a very good possibility that they are doing another Silent Hill remake. We just don't know if it actually is or not. There's no confirmation. But like I said earlier, I just hope it's not like their own Silent Hill game because I love Bloober Team, but like I said, they're average. I don't think they'll be able to pull off like a really, really good Silent Hill game. It'll be good to me because like I don't mind average horror stuff. Like I don't mind average horror games. I'm easy to please, but for everyone else, it will possibly be a failure because most people probably just wouldn't like it, especially Silent Hill fans. So yeah, I don't know. If they do make their own Silent Hill game, I would love to see it. I would love to see how it would turn out. I just hope they don't for the sake of, the success of the game because people just hate Bloober Team way too much. It's like everyone hates Bloober Team, People only started liking them after they made Silent Hill 2. And even now, some people are still hating on them. Some people said they ruined Silent Hill 2. Their remake of Silent Hill 2 was awful, and I'm sitting there like, really? Like, y'all hate Bloober Team way too much. Y'all hate on them way too much. The Medium was a pretty decent game, and Layers of Fear 1 and 2, bro, those games were amazing. They were really good. At least I think they were amazing. I think they were great psychological horror games. But, yeah, I just do hope that we do get a remake of Silent Hill 1. I think that would probably be, like, the best case scenario for both Bloober Team, Konami, and Silent Hill fans and newcomers alike. Because Silent Hill 1 is a very important piece of the Silent Hill story and the series as a whole. And not just because it started it, not just because it was the first entry in the franchise, but it's the story and everything else. Like, Silent Hill 1 is a very influential horror game as well. So I just hope they don't leave it behind because it's one of those horror games where it really should not be left behind. I know why they did a remake of Silent Hill 2 at first because Silent Hill 2 is regarded as one of the best horror games ever made. So it's understandable as to why they did Silent Hill 2 first. But now that Silent Hill 2 is done, they need to go back for Silent Hill 1 and 3. This is exactly how they should do it. You get 2 and then you get 1 and 3. And the reason why they did 2 first is because I think Konami wanted to see if Bloober Team can actually pull it off with one of the best games, regarded as one of the best games in the franchise. They was probably like, okay, if they can do like a good reimagination of Silent Hill 2, then they can probably do the same thing with Silent Hill 1 and 3. I think that's why they did 2 first, because they want to see if they could pull it off. Because if they couldn't pull it off with 2, they probably wouldn't be able to do it with 1 and 3 as well. But now that they did, now that Bloober Team made like an even better Silent Hill 2 than the original Silent Hill 2, I'm more than sure that they can do the same thing for 1 and 3. So, yeah, I really want to see how this turns out. I would be really excited if we was to get some kind of announcement or anything. This year from Bloober Team, we are getting Chronos the New Dawn, so we're probably not going to get any announcements this year, but hopefully next year we will. And one more thing I forgot to mention about Bloober Team's Project G and Project H, they have a few other projects as well that probably aren't related to Silent Hill, but what Bloober Team said about these projects that's pretty interesting is these games are supposed to come out before 2027. Either before 2027 or around 2027, which means that we should be getting new games from Bloober Team in 2026 and then in 2027. That's when all of these projects will be announced and will hopefully be out around this 2-year time period. So that would be really, really good. If we was to get all of this new stuff from Bloober Team by 2026 and 2027, that's 2 years of new horror games and horror projects, and hopefully Silent Hill 1 and 3 Remake will be among them. And as a massive fan of Bloober Team, like as someone who's been a fan of Bloober since the beginning, this is even better for me than it is for all of you, because all of you guys are probably just waiting for Silent Hill remakes. I'm excited to see what Bloober Team has to do in general. Because I'm not trying to offend y'all, but I feel like I'm the only one here who actually really likes Bloober Team. I'm not sure about y'all. I mean, if there's any other Bloober Team fans here on my channel, do let me know. It would be nice to have more Bloober Team fans here on YouTube's horror section, because I think it's a shame how so many people don't really appreciate Bloober Team for their previous works, besides just, you know, the Silent Hill 2 remake. And post Silent Hill 2, people are starting to come around to their older games, which is, I'm happy about that. And people are also hyped for their new game, Chronos the New Dawn, which looks spectacular. But yeah, I just really do hope that we do get more Silent Hill remakes, because it would be awesome to have these original games be brought back in a new and reimagined modern version. You know, like they should be giving Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3 the same treatment that Silent Hill 2 got, because I don't even think it would be fair if they was to do the opposite. If they was to just give us Silent Hill 2 remake and then just completely forget about all the others. Because that just means that Konami only want to make profits off of one of the most popular games in the series. Because Silent Hill 2, like I said, Silent Hill 2 is the one that most fans think about when they think of like the older Silent Hill games. I mean, of course, there's people who like Silent Hill 3 and 4 more, and, you know, the other ones, but Konami knows that Silent Hill 2 would be, like, the one that would make the most profit, because that was, like, the most influential and the most favorited among fans. So if they was to only give us Silent Hill 2 and just completely ignore the other ones, that's pretty scummy, because, you know, all that meant is that Konami just wanted to make profits off of their best game that their studios produced, which would be really kind of, you know, this really rubs me the wrong way. And I wouldn't be surprised, because Konami probably still is that company, the one that only cares about making profits. But bro, I don't care. If they just give us what we want, we will give them the profits that they so desire. But first, they gotta actually give us the things that will make us feel like they earned our money in the first place. That's how us gamers work. We're not going to give these companies and studios our money if we feel what they're giving us is not deserving of our money. If you give us games that are deserving of the hard-earned money that we have, we will more than definitely give it to you, you know? And it's no exception here with horror fans and Konami and the Silent Hill series. If they give us what we want, we will make sure that they have their profits. But if they don't give us what we want, then it's going to probably not work out as well for them. You know, like, I just hope they don't fuck anything up here. You know, like, whatever they're planning with Project G and Project H, I just hope that they're not going to fuck anything up. Especially, bro, if they give us Silent Hill 3 remake before Silent Hill 1, I don't know. That also rubs me the wrong way. Silent Hill 3 is also, I just realized Silent Hill 3 also is a very popular entry in the franchise as well. Maybe even a teeny bit more than Silent Hill 2, actually. So they might actually give us Silent Hill 3 before Silent Hill 1, which I don't know. That's kind of gonna fuck things up a bit, because for people who've never played these games before, Silent Hill 3 is a continuation of Silent Hill 1. So if they give us Silent Hill 3 first, it's gonna be like going backwards. And you can say it already done that because it gave Silent Hill 2 before, you know, the other remakes, but Silent Hill 2 is not, it's not like, the story has nothing to do with Silent Hill 1 and 3. Silent Hill 2 was a completely different story. So, you know, that's why it makes more sense, and it's more important to give Silent Hill 1 before Silent Hill 3. And I just hope that they do it, because if they don't, it's just gonna kind of fuck things up for me. And probably a lot of other fans as well. But anyways, guys, let me know, how do you feel about this topic of us possibly getting more Silent Hill games and more Silent Hill remakes especially? Do you think Bloober Team should be the ones to handle it? If you're a hater, a former hater of Bloober Team, and now you like them because of Silent Hill 2, would you trust Bloober Team with the rest of the franchise now that you see that they did a good job with Silent Hill 2, despite the fact that you probably thought they wouldn't have? Or do you just hate Bloober Team in general? You know, let me know how you feel. Either way, you know, I gotta stop trying to guess what you think. Just let me know. What do you think? Like, do you think Bloober Team should be the ones to do more Silent Hill remakes, or do you think another studio should probably do it? If they was to have, like, Red Barrels do a Silent Hill game, odds are there'll probably just be a lot of running away and just a lot of gore shoved in your face, because Red Barrels has absolutely no idea how to make a horror game that doesn't have a bunch of gore and, you know, crappy stories about some evil corporation doing experiments on people. So, yeah, thank God they didn't let Red Barrels do something like that, because if they did, they would have just fucked everything up entirely. So let me know, what studio would you choose to do a remake of Silent Hill 1 or 3, if not Bloober Team? My 2 cents, Bloober Team should be the ones to do all of the remakes, even after Silent Hill 1 and 3. They can probably even do remakes of the other Silent Hill games if Konami so wanted them to. That's how much faith I have in Bloober Team. So let me know, how do you guys feel? And if you stuck by all the way till the end, almost 27 minutes, probably going to be 27 minutes, I appreciate that. If you are still here right now, and if you still actually heard everything I said, if you heard me ramble on for this long, thank you so very much for, you know, actually staying around for the whole discussion video. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. You're a legend for that. And, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so very much. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if this video earned that from you. And if not, then dislike as well. And let me know down in the comments why you thought the video earned a dislike instead of a like. Criticism is good. You know, criticism helps you learn to do better for, you know, whatever you're working on. So I appreciate everything, criticism or not. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion video. Leave your thoughts down below. I love interacting with you guys, so please don't be a stranger. Let's talk, you know? Leave your comments down below. I love interacting with you guys, so yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys right here on YouTube's horror section. This was Luke, aka the Horror Nerd, biggest horror nerd on YouTube, signing off. Take care, y'all, and peace out.